You are now listening to the Hot Take Hot
Leon
Box.
Edwards, Colby Covington, main event for the 170-pound title, formerly of Kamaru Usman and GSP ilk. Do you think Leon Edwards is the GOAT? Now, I love that. That'll be the conversation if he wins this fight.
Yeah.
It's literally
Is he in the?
every single fight. It's like, is this guy the
Is he
GOAT?
the best ever?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's nothing against him, but I just don't think he's the greatest of all time. So, Ty, we have, as an ad pops up on my screen, that is always great. We have plus 130. I'm sorry, 136, 130 to Colby Covington's. That's Colby Covington to Leon Edwards is minus 160, 162, kind of just in that area. I got to get my shit together, man. I got to lock in on this card. I don't know what's going on with me. My mind is all over the place, but it's probably because these ads keep popping up on my. I can't use this website anymore if this is how this is going to be.
Dude wipes.
Dude, yeah, it's like, hey, have you ever seen this wiping an asshole before? No, I don't. I'm good on that, but. Ty, I think I know where your allegiance lies on this fight, or what you think is going to happen. But I guess I'd like to hear you explain it first, as how you think Leon Edwards is going to get this done.
First off, let me start by saying it's crazy that Colby's getting another title shot. It's been 650 days since he's fought.
It's really been that long.
If you remember when Leon Edwards got removed from the rankings, he didn't fight for 425 days. In between 2020 and 2021. Colby's also trying to become the first fighter ever in UFC history to lose 3 undisputed title fights. Also, he has 1 finish last 7 years, and it was the Woodley injury. He's getting older. I'm not too sure how he's going to look. It's been 18 months, I think, since he fought. He's 35, turns 36 soon. That's the age of demarcation, I guess, if you want to.
Love when you use that word.
Yeah. I feel like I don't use it right, but
sounds good.
It sounds good. That's the cutoff, though. Like, the only fighter to ever win a belt or a title fight in between 125 and 170 was Tyron Woodley, turning 35 or older. Was Tyron Woodley. So maybe Colby can buck that trend. I think stylistically, this could be a decent matchup for him. I think he's going to work hard on that wrestling. Also, he has a pretty nice jump shot. I don't know if you saw on the embedded.
I did see that.
He has a pretty smooth jumper. So if Kelly Oubre gets hit by another car, I think we should sign Colby, put him on the wing. But I just think if it's standing at all, he's pretty outgunned. I think Leon is bigger. I think he's stronger. I think he has a couple inches of reach and height. Not much, but a couple years younger. He's in his prime. He's been active. He's at a good point in his career. Seems locked in. He's really getting the rub from English fans. They're really starting to embrace him, and he's starting to pop more everywhere he goes. So that's good to see. I know he's kind of a low key guy, but he seems cool. I like him. I know he's not the most popular UFC fighter. A lot of UFC fans shit on him for not fighting in 2020, 2021, but not really sure how that was his fault. They wouldn't let him leave the country. So, and then the whole Masvidal thing, everybody wants to take Masvidal's side when he gave him the 2-piece and the soda. And that was funny when it happened, but if they ran that shit back, I think Leon smokes him. But
yeah,
either way, when it comes to this fight, the kicks, remember when he did the Usman's legs, shoot him up? I think he should be able to do that to Colby from the opening bell, honestly. I think Leon should probably dominate any clinch exchanges. That just might be a little worrisome. Colby could probably use that to get a trip or get a single or a double, and then work a takedown. But I think Leon could probably work his way up. I also think Leon could have some success in the wrestling and the grappling. Maybe not out wrestling Colby, but just some moments of success. I think he can work his way back up, or he can, reverse him or do something, catch him lacking, maybe get his own takedown. I'm sure Colby won't expect him to shoot, but I think the technical kickboxing that he has, I think the low kicks, I think that should be enough. I don't know if he gets a finish. I mean, Colby's pretty tough to hurt, but he has been hurt. He has been dropped a couple times by Usman. I think Masvidal dropped him, right? So it's not impossible. I think it might go 25, and I think Leon probably wins 3-2, 4-1. So I'm going to go Leon unanimous decision. I could see him getting this finish, but again, it's kind of tough to tell where Colby is and what Colby's going to look like. I think we know what his game plan is. He's not really ever changed it, but still, 18 months off, I think that's really going to hurt him. His cardio is going to be great. There's no denying that. And Leon's always had kind of issues cardio-wise, but I think he should be good here. I think he should cruise, honestly.
So you're not worried at all about the chain wrestling and the way, I mean, Usman, especially in that first fight, I guess technically second, but was having success in the wrestling department pretty easily, it seemed. And, Leon was on death's doorstep ready to get out of there. He had enough. He wasn't going to get finished, but he kind of just, had accepted his defeat. Do you don't think that there's a possible world that kind of replays itself, and that, I mean, even Usman said it himself this week that, Colby, the difference between him, Colby and Usman and a DC or something is that Colby is not going to quit trying to get that takedown. Like, he is never going to stop pursuing it because he knows that's his only way really of victory. Do you think that Leon is going to be able to keep that pace up, or if that pace is able to get kept up, do you think he's going to be able to, I guess it really feels to me like Leon, the best case is that he gets him out of there early so that the longer this fight goes, the more it kind of tends to lean towards Colby. And the only hope with that being for Leon would maybe that like you said, Colby, the time off and him being older now, that cardio, has kind of fallen off a little bit. I'm not gonna sit here and count on that. That seems like the one thing that Colby has, weaponized and has, in abundance over Leon. I don't think Leon's necessarily like, a gasser or anything like that, but Colby is just like that's like a all-time sort of gas tank that it seems like he has, and he seriously does never quit during, these fights and going for the takedown. Even in the Usman fight that he got finished in, he was still fighting the entire time, had his jaw broken, never quit. So it seems like he's gonna have to be put out to get him out of there. Do you think that's going to happen?
Colby getting put out?
Yes.
I think it could, but if it stays standing and he can't really get the takedowns or he can't hold him down, because in the second Usman fight, Leon was held down and controlled for 10 minutes. In the third fight, he was held down and controlled for 5 minutes with only one less takedown, 5 takedowns in the second, 4 in the third. So, cutting that control time in half within less than a year, he's still learning, he's still improving. I think, what is he, 31? So I just think he's at such a great point right now. I think this is his time. I don't know if there's really anything Colby can do. I'm sure he'll get some takedowns. He's definitely going to go for him. He's not going to quit or give up. But, I think maybe he gets a little desperate. Maybe he gets into head kick range, right? Maybe Leon can land another spectacular knockout. But no, I don't think there's really any. The only threat or the biggest threat you think is maybe Leon gets tired and then maybe you can finish him in the later rounds or steal some of those later rounds. Colby hasn't got a finish besides the Woodley injury since Max Griffin back in 2016 on the Bisping Henderson card, which is crazy. I'm sorry, that's wrong person. I'm so sorry.
All right, there you go.
He hasn't got to finish Max Griffin since 2016 on the Diaz McGregor 2 cards. So even before that,
wow,
even going back longer, yeah, crazy. That's the last time.
What a night.
It's funny. I don't really remember the second fight nearly as much as the first one, but I do remember Connor dropping him like 4 times and still getting outstruck. But and he won a majority decision too, right?
It was an awesome fight. It was extremely close.
And that's the co-main where Anthony Johnson teleported.
Absolutely decimated Glover Teixeira. I've never seen anything like that.
That was crazy. Same night Mike Perry got a decimation first round knockout. The Cowboys second round. The card was loaded.
Yeah.
Cody Garbrandt put somebody out in a minute.
Yep.
Raquel Pennington, your girl, got a win. So Artem Lobov making an appearance on the card. I remember that.
That was him versus Avila, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
There you go.
Chris Avila. Marvin Torrey making his debut. So, yeah, I don't think Leon has anything to worry about, like the Nate Diaz fight where we heard him late and it was like, oh, man, is Leon a gas or will he quit if it's late in the fight? I don't think it's going to happen. Maybe Colby wins the 5th or 4th I don't know. I'm kind of eager to see how this plays out. I'm not going to bet anything just because it's been 18 months since we've seen Colby, and I don't know if there's really anything bettable. Maybe I could kind of see Leon being a parlay piece. Minus 155 is not that I thought it'd be a little higher. I thought it'd be closer to the Pantoja line, but I guess I'm not really surprised. Colby's a tough fucking out, a tough puzzle to figure out no matter who you are, right? Usman beat him twice and looked dominant in specific parts of those fights, but he struggled. It was a fucking dogfight both times. So, like I said, the age, the time off, that really comes back to haunt him, I think. So, give me Rocky Edwards for the win.
I am going to count on Colby Covington taking the soul from Leon Edwards early on in this fight. Takedown, maybe even catches him and wobbles him a little bit. And I'm just going to count on the fact that Colby Covington finally breaks through, gets those takedowns, kind of just backpacks and holds him down, and just wrestle fucks him. That's the only way I think he wins this fight. Probably a decision, but that I'm not going to be willing to bet. The two props that I would bet would be Edwards TKO, which is plus 270, and you can get it as high as plus 390 on FanDuel, which is absolutely insane. So I don't know if they're giving shit away this weekend or if they know for sure that's not going to happen. But I'd also like
something.
Covington decision is plus 280 as well. So like if you're a guy who likes to make money, you want to do either one of those, then I don't blame you. I know like I said, he is a tough out, but it seems like if this fight does go the distance, that means a lot of these striking exchanges are going to happen from at distance, and I think Leon will have more success that way. And maybe Covington is older, he's taking more damage, and finally gets cracked and gets kind of TKO'd, sort of where he's covering up, but it's he just can't respond. We've seen it happen a million times. Edwards' decision is plus 150. So that's what they really think is going to happen. That's kind of a wider favorite. They do think this fight's going to go to decision because it's Covington plus 225 and him plus 165, and then the TKOs are 275 and 700. So, and the submissions are kind of in the same spot as well. So they obviously believe this fight is going to decision. I could see that happening as well. So therefore, I'm going to take Colby Covington plus 135 money line. Lock it in. I think he gets it done. Upsets the world. It is the most annoying thing for the entire Christmas season. This guy doing interviews with his "Make America Great Again" hat. It's going to be brutal, but I think he gets it done. I don't know. It just to me. I always would love to. I tend to lean towards the striker all the time, and Leon Edwards is everything is pointing towards Leon Edwards. That's why something's telling me to go the other way. I don't know. I think I always am one of the dogs in the two title fights always wins, and I'm going to pick that, so that kind of gives you the foreshadowing for what my next pick is going to be.
You are now listening to the Hot Take Hot Box.